103.
Final round of the LPGA Samsung World Championship. There's the teen, Michelle Wie. Struggled, but has this nice bunker shot on 18. She'd bogey, finished at 5 under. Annika Sorenstam on 15 from the fringe, entered the day trailing by 3, and Annika got rolling on the back 9. From 40 feet out, she chips in for eagle, ties Grace Park for the lead at 17 under. Park had been leading since the first round. On 17, Annika's approach shot. Sorenstam has just been amazing this season. She would birdie, finished at 18 under, won by 3 strokes, her 4th Samsung World Championship victory in her career, 6th win of the season in 15 tournaments that she's played in. Her earnings over $2 million for the 4th straight year.
Final race of the IRL season in Fort Worth. The Tony Kanaan Victory Tour already wrapped up the points title. Trouble on lap 185. Dario Franchitti and Alex Barron get tangled up. Both cars damaged. Franchitti tells everyone he's okay. Barron not quite as fortunate. He would be taken to a hospital. Was conscious and alert, though. His car damaged extensively. Last lap, Elio Castroneves holding off Kanaan. He wins it. Team Penske celebrates, and Castroneves celebrates as he normally does. Kanaan, though, wins the championship. First ever driver to complete every lap of the season in a major American series. As we check out the Jets, looking to go 5-0 for the first time in franchise history, hosting the Niners. First quarter was scoreless. 3rd and 9 on the Jets' 33. Tim Rattay to Brandon Lloyd, wide open for the TD. 7-0 Niners. They'd go up 14-3 at the half. Rattay threw for 286. In the 4th, though, Jets down 14-9 on a 2nd and goal. Curtis Martin for the TD. 2-point conversion, no good. Jets lead at 15-14. Martin moves past Marcus Allen into 8th place all-time on the NFL rushing list. 111 yards in this game. Later in the 4th, Rattay, Jonathan Vilma picking it off, returns it inside the 25. Now on the ensuing drive, 32 seconds left on a 3rd and goal. Martin seals the deal. The Jets are 5-0. They win it by the final of 22-14.
NFL primetime just 4 minutes away. That's the appetizer of sorts. We're getting you all set. Redskins and Bears. Redskins' Joe Gibbs trying to avoid his first 5-game losing streak since '81. Clinton Portis helping out. 19 yards here on the ground. Had 171 on the day. Same possession. Mark Brunell just 8 for 22, 95 yards passing, but he'll take the touchdown strike to Rod Gardner. 10-0 Redskins lead it. On the other side of the ball, tough day for Jonathan Quinn, the Bears quarterback. 4th quarter, 3rd and 8, 13-10 Redskins. Quinn goes down. Sean Springs with a sack. 3 sacks on the day. Bears 1 for 13 on 3rd down. 4th quarter, 25 seconds left. Quinn's pass, picked off. Sean Taylor getting some air. Redskins will win this one 13-10.
AFC North battle, Bengals and Browns. Jeff Garcia starting. Got a lot of criticism this week. Butch Davis called him skittish. There's nothing skittish about this. Browns from their own one. Garcia, Andre Davis, the former anchor on Virginia Tech's 400-meter relay team, ordering up the house special from 99 yards out, tying the NFL record, the 10th 99-yard pass in NFL history, and that's one that's guaranteed never to be broken. 2nd quarter, it's Aaron Shea from Garcia. 21-17 Browns. Garcia threw for 310 yards, 4 TDs, including one here to Lee Suggs. 5 catches for 100 yards for him as the Browns win it 34-17. Suggs, the first Browns back to have 100 receiving yards since Eric Metcalf in '93.
Steelers taking on the Cowboys. 4th quarter, 9 seconds to go. Pittsburgh up 24-20. Testaverde to Richie Anderson, who hooks up with Terry Glenn. And Glenn is going to get the Cowboys within field goal range. But again, they're down 4. Field goal not going to do them any good. A second on the clock. That means they've got 1 chance to win it. Testaverde looking for someone, anyone. Hail Mary. And the prayer is not answered. Steelers hang on for a 24-20 win over the Cowboys.
Broncos and Raiders. Mike Shanahan looking to continue his dominance of his former employer. Reuben Drones from 4 yards out, and this was a cakewalk for Denver. Drones, 38 carries, 176 yards as the Broncos win it 31-3. Mike Shanahan now 15-4 against the Raiders. As we look at Week 6 top performers, Jeff Garcia, 16 completions, 310 yards, 4 TDs, and that Browns win we just showed you. Clinton Portis' 20th career 100-yard game at $171 as the Redskins beat the Bears in Chicago, and the Packers' Donald Driver, his second career 2-TD game as Green Bay got a much-needed win against the Lions.
And obviously, big win for Pittsburgh over the Cowboys today. Interested in hearing what the coaches have to say? We've got the news conferences over on ESPN News right now. And
we also have NFL Primetime coming up next here on ESPN. Perhaps you're familiar with the program. That is followed by the Vikings and the Saints, 8:30 Eastern, Sunday Night Football coming up on ESPN.
Already in progress over on ESPN2. NHRA Nationals. For Dave, I'm Dana. I want to thank you for joining us. See ya.
Week 6 of NFL Primetime. Big plays, big hits. Would the Patriots streak hit 20 or is Seattle for real? T.O. and the Eagles take the field for perfection and revenge, while the Jets get a surprise test in the Meadowlands. Jacksonville against KC, just the way they like it. Down with under 2 minutes to go. AFC East Battle of the Windows. Dolphins, Bills. One of them gets off the schneid. Michael Vick's back scrambling. Brett Favre's back to doing what he does best. And what's better, a tuna or a Roethlisberger? NFL Primetime. Next.
NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite. Primetime is Miller time. And now, here's your host, Chris Berman.
And hello once again, everybody. Welcome to Week 6 of NFL Primetime. Chris Berman with Tom Jackson. And, well, these teams that are really good are really good.
Yes, really good.
And what did we talk about this morning? Knowing how to finish, huh?
That's right. And we saw a lot of that from some young players knowing how to finish games.
And some teams that have been good at it for a long time.
That's correct.
Well, with the election coming up, of course, Ohio is one of those battlegrounds for votes between President Bush and Senator Kerry. Let's go to the football battleground, if you will, in the state of Ohio. Carson Palmer and the Bengals against Jeff Garcia and the Cleveland Browns. First quarter scoreless. This is Kyle Larson. Oh, how good is that punt? Woo. Down to the 1. Oh, so Cleveland's in big trouble. They'll never get out. They're going to hand it. Oh, no, they're not. Jeff Garcia, Andre Davis, and he could go all the way. 99 yards, the 10th time there's been a 99-yard pass play in NFL history. This just in, Tom. You can't throw any longer than that.
Yeah, Delta O'Neal, up and bump and run, little stop and go by Andre Davis, and he's a former track star, so when he takes off, not many people going to catch him in this league.
A 99-yard hookup. Then Cleveland, Lee Suggs, oh, it's a fumble, and a whoop, and then it whoop, and then the Bengals whoop. Kevin Case-Beharn makes a case for Cincinnati, and it's 14-7. Now, since he scored 10 more than 17-14 until William Green. A lot more offense out of these squads than we might have thought, Tom. 2 minutes left in the half. Green, 8-yard run. And then just 7 seconds left in the half. Third and goal from the 5, Jeff Garcia. And that's just a clutch play. The clock winding down at the half.
Absolutely.
The teams that score at the end of the half, it's almost as big as scoring at the end of the game. And sometimes 21-17. Carson Palmer to Chad Johnson, who shipped Pepto-Bismol to 4 defensive backs of Cleveland, saying he'd give him an upset stomach. Well, he caught a few, but he dropped 4. That one can't fault him on. But Tom, he did not have his way today, really, with Cleveland.
Yeah, and Chad asked for the interference call against Anthony Henry. May have been warranted right there, but, you know, the referee only gets one look at it.
And here's what he told him. The one that coats is the only one you need. Then, Jeff Garcia, Lee Suggs, 59 yards. You know, a Cleveland back hasn't caught balls for 100 yards since Eric Metcalf. That's back in 1993, so the first time that's happened in 11 years. Jeff Garcia, after a rift with Coach Butch Davis, coach saying that Garcia was skittish, he should stay in the pocket. Well, despite a couple turnovers, 4 touchdown passes for a tough guy, Jeff Garcia. They went 34-17.
Yeah, and 46 carries for 139 yards. So I think that Butch Davis showed great balance with his squad. And all of those passes for the touchdowns, when you see Garcia making those throws, you may want him to stay in the pocket, but he's more comfortable outside the pocket, on the move, throwing the football. I'm always a believer in this. Let the quarterback do what he's comfortable doing. He's going to be best at that.
And the Bengals look like they're a far cry at this point from a team that made a surge last year under Marvin Lewis.
But you can't put this on Carson Palmer. You have to put this on. No, I know you're not, but you have to put this on the defense. Right now, they're not helping this young kid. You don't want to make a young quarterback pay for every mistake that he makes.
449 yards to 189. That
there
would
you
be
are.
They don't look like Marvin's defense at all. This might take a step back season before they go a couple steps forward. We're going to go forward with some teams that have been bouncing forward for a long time. New England at 4-0. Could they keep rolling against the Seattle Seahawks? The 2 other undefeated teams going into Week 6, Chad Pennington and the New York Jets. Would they be caught looking ahead in a donut game against San Francisco? Yeah, kind of. And the Philadelphia Eagles last year lost the title game to Carolina. This time, they had Carolina on their mind and in their house.
NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite. Grab yourself a great-tasting, low-carb Miller Lite. And in part by Energizer. Keep going.
Thank you for bringing me.
You look beautiful.
I've got an eligible beer in the cooler on Hector. Less taste, very unmacho. Replacing with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Half the carbs of Bud Light. Wow. We've also got a disproportionately hot girlfriend. I will need further review.
Hi there.
I think I could.
Oh, please.
Hey, Tina.
Oh.
Miller, good call.
Gotta go.
For those who never quit, the battery that never quits. Energizer. Keep going.
Epson T001, Canon BC31E.
Shopping for ink and toner in most stores is hit or miss.
HP C9720.
Come on.
A.
At Staples, we stock a huge selection of cartridges, so we guarantee we'll have the one you need. And right now, buy any combo, twin, or 2 single packs of ink and get one of these reams of paper free instantly. Staples, that was easy.
For those who never quit, the battery that never quits. Energizer. Keep going.
On the next I Do Anything, 100-mile-an-hour heat is unleashed.
Cuban curls.
Strip and slide down the ice. And chasing tennis balls with nothing but net. I Do Anything, presented by Sony, Tuesday at 10 p.m. on ESPN. Welcome back to NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite.
Houston at Tennessee. Remember, they built the stadium in Nashville to woo the one-time Oilers. They're now division foes. The Texans 0-4 against Steve McNair and the Tennessee Titans. McNair tipped ball out of the hands of Drew Bennett into the hands of Aaron Glenn. McNair struggling today. Don't believe me? Watch this. McNair, tip again, done to Robinson. Second pick for McNair very early. Now, next Titans possession. But he can also do this. Early second quarter, pump fake, on the move. Drew Bennett, zing, touchdown, 10-yard touchdown, 7-3 Tennessee. Next drive, it's David Carr. Boy, everybody on this team makes big catches, Tom. Not only Andre Johnson, this is Jabbar Gaffney. He had 5 for 85. McNair to Chris Brown, who's nailed right here by Jason Simmons.
Yeah, and look at the hit right on the side, right in the ribs, right on the arm, right on the shoulder. Hurt a number of things right there.
Had to leave. More on that in a moment. Then 13-10 in the fourth, McNair. Kylie Wong! McNair throwing it to the Wong guy. What a great play he made. And 3 picks now for Houston. 6 minutes to play in the fourth. Carr to Andre Johnson. Beats Samari Roll, 13 yards, first down. Carr, little flare out to Johnson. He beats Roll again. That sets up a Jonathan Wells run. And Houston is going into Tennessee leading 20-10. Can McNair rally them? Picked off in the end zone by Marcus.
Go, man!
And look at him run it out. Houston, you can see them grow leaps and bounds. They've never been 3-3. They've never beaten the Tennessee Titans. Just like the way they play hard every game. They got some good athletes at receiver. And Houston beats Tennessee 20-10. Tennessee a puzzler.
Yeah, and David Carr, look at the numbers, 16 to 26, 266. Yes, the touchdown and INT. So very careful with the football. And another team that ran the football an awful lot today. This is a game plan that the coach is very comfortable with.
Not the Tennessee team we saw at Lambeau Field. Chris Brown was a right shoulder burner, so it looks like probably good news for Tennessee. Chiefs with a week off after Dick Vermeil's squad won on the Monday night against Baltimore. And the Kansas City Chiefs. This is Trent Green. And look at the dump pass that he makes to Holmes if they were in big, big trouble. How does he get this off? And Jack Del Rio, late in the game, challenging it, but they said, no, the knee was not down.
What a great play by Trent Green. You know, clearly when you looked at it in slow motion, he got the ball off in time.
But the extra point is missed by Lawrence Tynes. So here's the situation. It's 16-14 Kansas City, but they're not up by 3. Byron Leftwich gets pressure from the Chiefs, goes down hard. Now, if you think back, he's done this before. When? November 2002, he was at Marshall. Injured his ankle when he's hit and rolling around in pain. And look what his teammates did. Remember this game, Tom? They literally picked him up, his lineman, and carried him down the field so they could end up going for the winning score. Come on here, big guy. You're coming with us. Tick, tick, tick. So you know that he's tough. All right, so in this game, now he's tough. And Leftwich shaken up, pass broken up by Dexter McCleon after going for it 4th and 1. At the time, you wondered why Del Rio was gambling. But Tynes, remember, they cut Morton Anderson to keep the youngster Tynes, misses a 42-yard field goal and stays 16-14. So Jacksonville with one last chance. Leftwich to, not Jimmy Smith, Cortez Hankton, 12 yards. Tick, 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 under a minute. Leftwich to Ernest Wilford. Remember, he caught the winner week 1 at Buffalo in the last few seconds. Then, Leftwich, lob, Hankton, touchdown. Cortez Hankton's second year from Texas Southern. Then they went for 2 because up by 4 was a lob to Reggie Williams. So gimping, limping, once again. Byron Leftwich and the Jacksonville Jaguars win it late. They win by the count of 22-16. So now they're 4-2. And the Chiefs, who last year won 13 games, have fallen to 1 for 4. And Leftwich, 24-36 for almost 300 yards. And at times, they don't look the most cohesive squad. But I have a saying, and you know what it is. 1 is an accident, 2 is a trend, 3 or more is evidence. They've won all these games late. They cool and poised.
Well, 3 of those wins within the last 45 seconds, and all of them fairly late in the game. So you're talking about a team we talked about finishing this morning. And I think you see this young team growing up with this quarterback, Byron Leftwich, a defense that is certainly stout. And I think that their coach, again, we've got another coach who plays to that. Jack Del Rio understands, don't make a mistake. If we don't make mistakes offensively, we're going to have a chance to win, and has taught this young team to finish games.
You know what? I tell you what else I've noticed. This is a team, okay, last week they ran out of gas a little bit. They went up to San Diego, and they hit a bad game, as a young team is going to have. But whether they've won or lost, and they've won all these late games, they're playing hard 60 minutes. Good things happen.
That's right.
Especially if you keep your head about
Stay focused, stay focused. And we forget Fred Taylor's touchdown. We forget how fast Fred Taylor really is when he gets out in the open field.
And meanwhile, Kansas City at 1-4, you know, with Denver playing well, Kansas City better not let them out of their sights. They know that.
I know.
They know that. It's a tough loss for the Chiefs, but wow, those Jaguars. When we return, well, someone's going to win this, aren't they? Dolphins, Bills, at least I think so. 0-9, these proud teams. How can this be? Well, Clinton Portis, we heard a lot from him in his opening carry this year, not much lately. Skins at Bears, a tight one.
Scent is the strongest sense tied to memory. How will you be remembered? Red Zone Invisible Solid with a controlled release scent system. It's the longest lasting invisible solid from Old Spice. So you smell great all day and all night. Red Zone Invisible Solid in 4 long-lasting scents. Stay in the zone. You can also smell great with new Red Zone body wash and body spray.
It's nice to know as the world speeds by, the clothes you love can stop time and stay looking virtually new. Wash after wash after wash. Introducing Forever New shirts and pants, only from Hager.
Last time on Dream Job, the prompter went down.
The Pats are presently
on purpose.
3-1's coming to Dallas. What?
Live TV. It's crazy.
When the prompter went down, you went down.
You were bad. Brian Sartori, you've been cut.
This week, no rest for the final 6.
And that's what being a pro is all about.
One more will be cut, and your vote counts. Dream Job, live, midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific, Tuesday on ESPN.
Welcome back.
Who do you love?
Giants! Steelers!
This season, Sports Illustrated wants to help you cheer on your favorite team. And when you do, you'll get a special deal from SI. Start off with an incredible NFL folding chair with the logo of your favorite team, and you'll get this lightweight carrying case, too. Pick a team, any team.
Chargers! 49ers! Go Pack, go!
The choice is yours. It's free when you order 56 issues of SI at $1.59 an issue. You'll save 60% off the cover price. If you call now and pay with your credit card, you'll get another great gift free. Wear your favorite team's colors with pride with this NFL hooded sweatshirt.
For free?
Follow your team and the entire NFL through the pages of SI. SI gives you more in 2004. More access, more passion, more insight, more personality.
Call now, 1-800-777-1200. That's 1-800-777-1200. Or go online at SINFL2004.com. Quantities are limited.
Come on!
Silverado half-ton crew comes standard with more muscle than Ford, Dodge, or Toyota. That's why it's the right truck. The official truck of an American revolution.
Chevrolet Fantasy Ticker is brought to you by the new Chevrolets. 10 new cars and trucks in 20 months. An American revolution.
Miami at Buffalo. I think about the 90s. I mean, every year at least one of them was in there. As a matter of fact, 4 of the years of the 90s, the two teams played against each other. Marino and Kelly and Shula and Marv Lee. You go on and on. Going into this game, the two teams were combined 0-9. What a nice birthday present it would have been for the owner, Ralph Wilson, 86 years young on this day if the Bills could win at home. Jay Fiedler from Dartmouth, starting after a cracked rib last week. Fiedler looking for Rob Conrad. Oh, boy. Takeo Spikes gone. Boy, the Dolphins just continue to turn it over time after time on a nasty day up in Buffalo. And they've allowed 4. Yeah, their defense, when you allow 4 picks the other way, it ain't their defense.
Yeah, and take a look at Spikes. He's just reading the quarterback's eyes right there, feels the fullback going out into the flat, Conrad, and just jumps on the football.
Well, Miami's kicked a field goal, and Bryant kicking today. Marais alert Wes Welker just on the kick team. Fiedler over the middle of Darius Thompson. Dolphins, one of their rare leads all year. They led a little bit in that Bengals game, 10-7 at the half. Drew Bledsoe to Mark Campbell. Bills, now they're up by 17-10. Late in the third, Miami first and goal at the 1. Sammy Morris had a good game against his ex-team, but not today. Suffered a loss. Then that's second down. Now here's third down. Fiedler is pressured, then sacked by Aaron Schobel, who had 2.5 on this day. And then Willis McGahee in his first start. Watch the Thunder here. Oh, woo! Man! Blasts through the Dolphins and takes it deep. McGahee, 31-yard pickup, 111 yards rushing. And the Bills semicircle the wagons. They beat the Dolphins 20-13 in a sack patrol. The Dolphins never 0-6, right? Even in their expansion year in 1966, they won their 6th game. So, man, Buffalo up the schneid. Mike Mularkey, first win as a head coach.
Yeah, congratulations to Mike. And you see the 15 completions by Drew, but look who his main man was. It's Eric Moles, 5 receptions for almost half the yards that they threw for. That's the way they win football games. And McGahee, quite a debut as a starter.
And the Dolphins only 212 yards on offense. Another pitiful game for them offensively. Redskins, Bears. You're looking for pinball wizard on the scoreboard. Not this game. Brian Urlacher back after missing 2 games, though Clinton Portis had the mark on 19-yard runs. Here's a 19-yard carry. Portis 171 yards today. Mark Brunell has been struggling. Numbers not good today, but there's a nice touchdown play action to Rod Gardner. 10-0 Redskins. Late second quarter. Guess how much Portis is going to run for here, Tom? 19 yards. He's shaken up, so he had to be deep Portis for a while, but he would return. Then later in the drive, it's the Bears defense. The Mike Brown out for the year. This fella's been hurt for a few games, but Jerry Halls of Montezuma. The halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. From New Hampshire, Jerry Azuma, touchdown. Boy, we had that well choreographed. He's been out. 70-yard interception return, 10-7. So Jonathan Quinn, with Grossman gone, Quinn's the quarterback. And this is what he did to Bobby Wade. He's a tough character, but look at this. Wade is... Oh. Can you lead me a little? Sean Springs and Fred Smoot.
A lot of these throws not designed to actually go and get a first down. Guys getting hit absolutely as they catch the football, including Jonathan Quinn himself.
Sean Springs there, the former Seahawk on the sack. 1 for 13 Bears, third down. Now it's 13-10, and 4th and 15. The Bears still have a chance. Quinn's pet, Sean Taylor. Look at the size and the speed of this top draft pick. Whoop! And then whoop! And then whoop! Quinn, 10 of 22 for 65 in the pit. Joe Gibbs, one opening day, he wins week 6. And the Redskins beat the Bears in a tight game. Again, not like the lamp for you. 13-10, Portis, 36 carries, 171 yards. He's done this before. Every run, 19 yards. When we return. Tom Brady, Patriots, record intact with 19. Now they're just going to keep week after week after week. Could they go 5-0 against the tough Seahawks? But there's a team in the same division who they'll actually play next week, the New York Football Jets. They had a chance to go 5-0 as well.
Monday Night Countdown, presented by UPS, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN.
Hey! What are you doing up? Why are you looking at me like that? You don't think this is mine, do you? It's Rick's. He loves flavor. He's Mr. Cold Filtered. He's into smoothness. Okay, here's the thing. I have a chance to be really happy with my beer, and I'm taking it. I'm just a man.
That's it! Hit the showers! Good job, good job. 15, I need to talk to you, son. I need a brother.
There's an easier way to get the gear the pros wear. Just call 877-NFL-SHOP. For a free team catalog, go to NFL Shop on NFL.com or call 877-NFL-SHOP.
What's the status? Torn ACL. How about you? Still waiting for the MRI, but it looks like a blown elbow. Tommy John surgery. Not good. I've been putting out surgery for months. Now enough Shaq felt. Hey, Ramirez, how's the hammy? Tight. I'm into the whirlpool.
Jimmy.
Hi, it's Dan Patrick on ESPN Radio. This week's injury report is out.
ESPN Radio. Get your radio on.
Gotcha! That was a good one. Honey, did you get it?
What would you do on your own private island? Check your mail for the Capital One No Hassle Island giveaway. You could instantly win your own island for one of hundreds of island getaways.
What's in your wallet? Welcome back to NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite.
The New York Jets at home against San Francisco, eyeing New England perhaps next week. Could this be a donut game? Looking ahead of the Niners. Remember, Tim Rattay set a club record for completions, 38 last week, in a big comeback against Arizona. And here it is. The Niners throwing. It's Brandon Lloyd. Touchdown. 7-0 San Francisco. Second quarter, Rattay play fake to Arnaz Battle. He battles of the bulges. He goes for a huge gain, tackled inside the 5 by Reggie Tongue. 65-yard pickup. Kevin Barlow touchdown. A major surprise in the Meadowlands, 14-0. But the Jets have scored a touchdown. They go for two, don't get it, 14-9. Curtis, my favorite, Martin, stood up by Tony Parrish, but a first down inside the 10. Then Martin plowing in for the touchdown. 2-point conversion, again no good, 15-14 Jets. Later, the Niners, an end around to Arnaz Battle. He tries to battle his way after the fumble, but the Niners had a field goal range, 3rd and 16, and incomplete to Brandon Lloyd on this one. Lloyd looked like he wasn't aware.
We're going to see a couple of odd plays. Brandon Lloyd, ball coming about head high. He ducks to avoid the ball. Not exactly what you want from a wide receiver.
Under 2 minutes to go here. Rattay looking, picked off by Jonathan Vilma.
We see Velma spot shadowed right there. This is the other odd play. He goes out to the flat, gets a perfect pass from Rattay. Perfect dump pass going the other way.
Uh-oh, the Brontosaurus burger wasn't the one that he wanted to throw. There, Martin, my favorite, Martin, plowing like a young man up the middle. And yes, 5 fingers. The Jets are 5-0. They've never been 5-0. Holy Weeb Eubank. And the Jets beat the 49ers 22-14. Curtis Martin in the game, 111 yards, now with 12,282 for his career. He passed Marcus Allen into 8th place all-time. Next up, the number that since kids, when we were kids, we knew what this number was, 12,312.
Yes.
That's Jim Brown.
I know where it is.
He's now 7, but 12-3. Curtis Martin is there, and the Jets have Martin looks like a young man, Tom.
Well, you know, we talked to Herm Edwards, and Herm will always tell you the most important cog in the machinery for the Jets is Curtis Martin, and he does a great job of a lot of things, and that leads us to our extra point tonight. And just watch the way he runs the ball, the patience with which he runs the ball. You get the double team down on the center, but look at the other 4 blocks. This is an outstanding offensive line. Gerald Sewell with the lead block does a great job. Curtis does of following him into the hole and making the cut off the block. Here you get the offside guard pulling. They're going to get to the 6 hole again. Great patience. Follows right behind his guard for tough yards inside. Now, blitz pickup. The idea, you have to be a great runner, but you also have to be able to block. He blocks 2 guys to give Chad Pennington a chance to get rid of the football. And then on the 4th play, just watch him here. They're going to get the end. Coming down with the double team. The kick out block is coming from the fullback. The offside guard coming across. And again, he walks in standing up. So you got a great back in terms of his knowledge of how to run the football. And here again he comes. Big hole, following the fullback, following the offside guard. So he does a great job of following his blocks, a great job of getting to the outside. You talked about the burst that he has, and he also is a great blocker for his quarterback. So he can do it all, and he's done it all for a long time.
Last year, the Jets began 0-4. This year, they're 5-0. So, I mean, this can happen.
Chad Pennington playing,
starting
Chad
all the
Pennington
way.
not playing.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of it.
And the young defense, which can make mistakes, but they're so exuberant, you know, that they're so much faster than they were last year that they're covering up for some of those mistakes. They'll still make a few errors of commission, but not omission. That's right. Well, meanwhile, in the there's another team, though, that resides in that same division. It's called the New England Patriots. You might have heard of them. They haven't lost since September of 2003. They've won 19 straight games, and they're facing a team that only lost late last week for the first time, the Seattle Seahawks. That's our prime cut in a kickoff in Foxborough. So, can it be? You can't win 20 in a row, Tom, unless you win the first 19. That's correct. Which the Patriots have done. Tom Brady against Matt Hasselbeck, back in the Boston area for the first time, quarterback at BC. Pass tipped by Richard Seymour and intercepted by Willie McGinnis. Two names that you certainly know. McGinnis brought down by that camera hanging over the field. And that sets up Corey Dillon. Was iffy, but before the game, they said the foot okay to go. 7-0 New England. Next possession, a Ty Law interception of a Hasselbeck pass. Now 10-0 second, quick pass. David Patton from Brady. And he sheds Ken Lucas. 17-0 P-Man.
Yeah, and watch Patton here. What a simple play. I get the ball out to you. You stiff arm the corner. Get yourself into the end zone. They do a lot of the simple things, and they do them right.
Now it's a 20-9 game in the fourth quarter, and Tom Brady's going to run for the first down, but look out. Michael Boulware gets a shot, and the helmet goes flying, and you knew he was woozy. Although, he hung right in.
You know, he hit, but you love the fact that he knew where the first down was, and he wanted to get it. He was willing to take a shot to get it. He didn't want to lose the football, but he was certainly willing to show his team, I'm tough enough to go and get that play.
That's the ear guard.
That's the ear guard out of his helmet.
What? Next Patriots possession. Brady. And he may have been a little, he would never tell you this, Tom wouldn't, but you never know. It's still, you know, back in there, and it's Boulware again, all sorts of time, but Boulware makes a nice read on it. Remember, he's their second-round pick that Seahawks drafted for up the middle, Tubbs and Boulware, and they're making a contribution. And now, all of a sudden, the Seahawks, who unusually started slow, get Sean Alexander a 9-yard run, and it's 20-15. Mike Holmgren elects to go for 2 with 11 minutes to go. It pays off. Jeremy Stevens catches this from Hasselbeck. It's 20-17. Now 3 minutes to go. 23-20 New England. 3rd and 8. Brady. Falk into block. And Brady feels it and flushes left. Bendell Johnson had been in the doghouse a little bit. Activated for this game. 48 yards. And Mike Holmgren would challenge it, but it looked like a great call and a great catch.
Great call, great catch. When you talk about the call is we're not looking for 8, we're looking for 40. It's the difference in the mindset of this football team.
And New England just does this. Seattle in the game, but God, they stay mentally tough. And then Corey Dillon, a 9-yard touchdown, and Seattle, you know, knocking at the door on the 1-yard line in the final play of the game. Even though they can't win it, New England still cares enough to break up the play, and they win by 10. 30-20. New England has now won 20 games in a row. Brady throwing for 231 yards. Seattle did have 443 yards of offense, but after the miscues at the beginning, Hasselbeck throwing for 349. Look, in this game, I'm reading your numbers, but how about the big picture as we go inside the numbers? Corey Dillon, 5 games, 522 yards. You know what they got?
There it is.
Last year, Antoine Smith and Kevin Falk. This is what they had in their game. Combined, you had about 1,200+ yards. So Dillon, as we go inside the numbers, there's 520. You knew what they were getting with Corey.
That's
Dillon,
right.
100
That's
yards
right.
today. Look, let me say this because I think I'm in tune here from New England side. This is a team that does, I'm not smart enough to dissect all these plays and say, look, that's what Belichick and Romeo Crennel, et cetera, and they said to do this on defense. But the big picture was Seattle hasn't trailed all year.
Yes.
They haven't trailed all year, except that they never, you know, the Rams beat them in overtime. Let's see what happens if we get them behind, saying New England. And they were way behind thanks to the plays by the defense. So here's a big picture and a little picture carried. God, are they in tune?
Well, not only in tune, I think they're a much better football team than the team that won the Super Bowl last year. And in terms of running the ball, you saw the numbers with Falk and Antoine Smith from last year, but you have a better singular runner in Corey Dillon. He's a very tough contact runner. That means he's going to be good for you inside the 1-yard line, but he also can make big yards outside. As we start getting into November, December into January, you're going to see his best football, and I think that's something that this team really, during their Super Bowl runs, they really haven't had this kind of guy in the lineup. Corey Dillon is very tough, and again, he's out to prove something with this football team, and will be right through the playoffs.
You know what else they have, which they didn't do a lot last year? I think 23 or more in all 5 games. It's the second time they hit 30. They're scoring a lot. You're going to have to also score a lot to beat them against a defense that's given up some yards, but now they got some points to work with. And for Seattle, other end of the spectrum, they started sluggish, an early kickoff, a West Coast team. They looked sluggish, but they did show some fight and come back. And maybe, if it's true that they can build on that odd loss last week to the Rams, that maybe they build on this one. I know losses aren't good.
It's still an odd loss, and should the Rams win tomorrow night, you're still looking at a division that you could have been way up on top on.
That's why they play the whole season.
That's right. That's right.
When we return. But been some great games between the Steelers and Cowboys, as in Super Bowls. Even when they meet in the regular season, you get excited. And this was a game to get excited about. And Terrell Owens and the Eagles, they're excited every time they play. Revenge time.
Inside the Numbers. Brought to you by Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. Get ready for the game.
Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL, presents defensive lineman Brenson Buckner, who gets ready for the game with his Visa card and a lot of lip balm. In a remarkable pregame ritual, Brenson kisses his cleats once for every beloved member of his family. His son, Brandon. His mother, Thelma. His wife, Denise. Not his father-in-law, Thomas. He's a Browns fan. He's got his Visa. He's got his lip balm. He's ready.
I got a lot of names.
Visa, get ready for the game.
Let's say you had to design this ultimate grill. Now, you'd probably custom fabricate it out of stainless steel. And you'd boost the BTUs from 20,000 to, heck, I don't know, 100,000. And if it costs more than 17 G's, so what? Over here, you do things right. You're Burger King.
Pardon me, Constable. Need to put out an APB. That's an all-points bulletin. Looking for Mr. Goodwrench.
You don't say.
He purports to train over 1 million hours a year. You know what that means.
Expertise?
2 words, labor law infraction. Why'd we stop?
Who's he?
That's my covert ops guy.
Yay, a pony.
Find Mr. Goodwrench at all GM dealerships nationwide.
Is that a radar detector?
No, it's my sonar. You know, ping, gotta go.
On the next I'd Do Anything, 100-mile-an-hour heat is unleashed.
My hand is really sore. Took one in the hip, took one in the head.
Human curl.
Strip and slide down the ice.
Feel that burn.
Yeah, it burns, all right.
And chasing tennis balls with nothing but net.
When I was in the blimp, it was scary being up there. And it was scary looking down and seeing the ground.
I'd Do Anything, presented by Sony, Tuesday at 10 p.m. on ESPN. Risking it all for someone you love.
Helping out in the community is what matters to the NFL and the United Way. Get involved in your community. It's what matters.
Visa Skycam getting you set for Sunday Night Football. There'll be a lot of points in this one. Randy Moss and the Vikings, Greenwood Vikes, in New Orleans to take on the high-flying Saints. This will be fun. Out to the AFC West for the Denver Broncos at the Oakland Raiders. Mike Shanahan loves to beat his ex-team. He's 14-4 against them going in. Jake Plummer, play action to Jeb Putzier for a 12-yard touchdown catch. He puts you into the end zone, and it's 7-3 Denver. Then Plummer drops back. So much for keeping both teams in the game. He was sharp here, Tom. Dwayne Carswell, 10 yards. Quickly 14-3 Broncos. Later second, Plummer. Fake handoff. Throws it long to a guy that can go long. Ashley Lilly, touchdown, 31 yards.
And impressed that he's doing a lot of this work and doing it from the pocket. They rolled him a lot previously. Now they got him in the pocket.
And, you know, another week, another guy that runs for 100, maybe 200 yards, Ruben Drones. Made the Raiders look like drones. 22 yards, Drones 100 yards rushing at the half. Kerry Collins. I mean, it was painful to watch. It was. I mean, the picks were down, but this one by Kelly Herndon. Collins just throwing for 136. Drones, 4-yard touchdown run. Ruben Drones, after running for what, 190 last week, goes for 176 this week, Tom. Rushing yards. Denver 254, Oakland 31. Jerry Rice for the third time in 5 games. No catches. 31-3 Broncos. They clobbered them.
Yeah, and this is when, I talk about this. Mike Shanahan enjoys this. He enjoys all his wins, but he enjoys this more than he does any other on the schedule.
As well he should. They're in big control in the division. Commissioner and Jerry Jones enjoying the game. And why not? Steelers, Cowboys always makes you pay attention. Ben Roethlisberger, 3-0 as a rookie as a starter, and he seems to have a hookup with Plexico Burress. Maybe tall guy passing to tall guy, Tom. I don't know.
Yeah, Burress makes a great catch there, but you can see that his face mask was grabbed, and they also got that call.
How about this? Roethlisberger, big guy, can't move, right? Well, he moves and buys time and a touchdown to Burress. We're tied at 7 in the first quarter.
Yeah,
Second quarter.
Yeah, he gets pressured right there by Leroy Glover, gets rid of the football, but you saw his knee hit the ground right there.
Yep, and had to leave the game, hurt on the play, stays in the game, knee being iced down while Vinny Testaverde goes to work. Terry Glenn, she's wide open for a 48-yard pickup and a first down. Later in the drive, on 2nd and 12, here comes Dallas. Late third, Testaverde, Keyshawn Johnson on the post. 22 yards. How about them Cowboys? They lead it 20-10. Nice job there, Keyshawn. So now, 20-10. Tricky Steelers. Busted play as Staley throws it back to Roethlisberger. Whoa! The old option to Jay Remersma. Total ad-lib.
Yeah, and he has that calm in the pocket. He understands where he is on the field, and he always wants to get rid of the football.
Jeremy Tooman with the touchdown from Roethlisberger, and 12 minutes left, 20-17. Steelers within 3. Blitz. Vinny. Vamos! Kimo von Oelhoffen recovers for the Steelers. And a big play by the defense.
Yeah, and take another look at this. You're going to see that the ball right here, when Testaverde brings it down, it's going to deflect right off of his own man, Richie Anderson. And that's how the Steelers got the football.
And then you know that if they're inside the 3, it's Jerome Bettis. Oh, man, he's up to 2 yards a carry now for the season. And another touchdown. Steelers, with 30 seconds left, lead it 24-20. Now the Cowboys have 1 shot left with 8 seconds. Testaverde to Richie Anderson. Back to Glenn. The hook and lateral. 30-yard gain. With 1 second left, they have, Red Auerbach's timekeeper. They have 1 second left, Tom. Testaverde. What do you do if you're the Steelers?
You got to knock it down.
And and it's incomplete. And the Pittsburgh Steelers down 10 points to Bill Parcells' Dallas Cowboys. And Ben Roethlisberger, now 4-0. Ben Roethlisberger completed his last 11 passes of the game. They win 24-20. Only one rookie quarterback since the merger. That would be Mike Kruzek, Pittsburgh, 1976. Started better than 4-0. He won his first 6.
Yeah, 21 of 25 on the road against the Dallas Cowboys. I told you that this kid is not a kid. He's a more mature player than what his age will tell him.
And the Pittsburgh Steelers are 5-1. When we return, well, LaDainian Tomlinson and Mike Vick essentially traded for each other. Draft day deal before the two were in the 2001 draft. And Brett Favre in Detroit. They always struggle there, and the Packers in deep trouble. Or were they?
Epson T001. Canon BC31E.
Shopping for ink and toner in most stores is hit or miss.
HP C9720.
Come on.
A.
At Staples, we stock a huge selection of cartridges, so we guarantee we'll have the one you need. And right now, buy any combo, twin, or 2 single packs of ink and get one of these reams of paper free instantly. Staples, that was easy.
Looks like someone got in late.